Broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek. That's who I am. And this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. And we get together with our friends from all over the world every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. And we talk about the joys of living in Mexico. Welcome each and every one of you on this beautiful day down here in sunny, not too humid at all, gorgeous, friendly Mexico. That's what this show is all about. It's all about Mexico. We got people in the house. We got Stephen in Canada in the house, Bill, and the frost is on the pumpkin, right on. That's the way I like it. And we got my girlfriends in the house. They're in Dallas. The town the town was named after me. Happy to see you girls in the house. We got MJS Creations, Ola El Todo from Washington, and Ops Chef is in the house. Marco, I've been thinking about you all week. Marco is in Chicago. He's Mexican-American, living there, got a good job there. And I watched those broadcasts all this week about Trump's knuckleheads going into your neighborhoods, gassing people, taking people away. God bless you, your wife, and your daughters, and be safe, my man. Thanks for joining us today. And if they come get you, just give me a call. I'll come up there and I'll give them hell. Yeah, that's right. We got Brian Jordan in the house. Ola Bill, it's a beautiful sunny day here in San Antonio. And for those of you that don't know, San Antonio is right between Chapala and Ajijic, about 20 minutes from the Guadalajara airport, and probably a 45-minute drive from Guadalajara. We got Sammy in the house. Sammy W9Z. Sammy W9Z. Okay, now daylight savings time in the United States ends tomorrow. So if you're watching this broadcast, and Sammy lives here in Morelia, so for me and for Sammy, right now it's a little over 9 o'clock a.m. But for those of you living in the Morelia area or in Mexico, next week, because of the time change in the United States, we will go live at 10 a.m. That would be 10 a.m. Central Time. And that means that when it's 10 o'clock here in Morelia, that's when we will go live. And I'll mention that a few more times in the broadcast. So just to let you know, you can sleep in. You can sleep in. I can sleep in. Everybody be sleeping in. Everybody be happy. Right on. Alan. Buenos dias a todos. Beautiful day in Muertos. In Chapala. You're in Chapala. Right on. Enjoy. And today is Dia de los Muertos, which is the Day of the Dead, which is a little different than Halloween. Mexicans celebrate their dead. Like they have big parties in the cemeteries. Everybody dresses up. They have these dolls, so to speak, called La Catrinas. I've done a video on that. The Catrina dolls are made, about a 30-minute drive from Morelia. And so people dress up, all these weird outfits, parades, scary stuff going on. People partying in the cemeteries, paying respects to their dead people that have passed away. But welcome. And then Alana. Oh, Alana. Okay. Hey, I didn't know. Thank you, Alana, for letting me know your sexual makeup. Maybe not. I don't know. Alana, welcome. David, Ola, Bill, and everyone. David is also here in Morelia. And Dave, I want to let you know that next week, like for me, Dave, and Sammy, it is 9:05 right now. But daylight savings time changes, David, next week in the United States. So we will be broadcasting at 10 a.m. and not 9 a.m. Just a word for you and all of that. Had my face painted yesterday. Good for you for Day of the Dead. Is it still painted? Elise, buenos dias a todos. Buenos dias a ti. Que bueno. Stephen Hunter, good morning, Bill. Happy autumn from the snow-dusted mountains of Colorado. Good morning to you, Stephen, and thank you for being here with us today. And Khalid is in the house. Hello to you, and Mind Expansion Daily has blessed us with his presence again this morning. Ken here in Miami, finally cooled down here for the weekend. The weather here this morning in Morelia is fabulous. And Justin in Iowa. Good morning, friends from Iowa, where it's chilly but beautiful. Right on. And just a tip out to the people and the farmers in Iowa. Finally, Donald Trump cut a trade deal with China for soybeans. So the people in Nebraska, or the farmers in Nebraska and Iowa, should be somewhat happy. It's supposed to be a lot of soybeans, but it's not as much as it was with the bargain to buy more soybeans from China over the next 3 years. So God bless the farmers all throughout the United States that have been shut down. But Justin, thank you very much for joining us today and letting us know how the weather is. And pretty much this is pretty much is a little hazy this morning, but this is my view. I can see this right now as I look out the window in front of my computer. It's about 55 degrees. It'll be a high of 70 today. It's getting cooler in the mornings here, but it's always a high at least of 75 degrees. The value of the peso is going down this week. And that's cool with me. That means my rent is going down. And let's take a look at the value of the peso here, and we'll see what's going on here. Let me click a couple of buttons over here. Yep, let's try that. Yep. There we go. Share. Okay. So you can see this little chart here. It dipped, and this is for a 1 month period. You can see it just dropped one day. And then it went up, up, up. My rent went up, up, up. But now in the last week, it's been going down, down, down. So that's fine with me. So right now, the peso stands at 18.56 pesos to the dollar. And God bless the economy in Mexico. But I hope that just keeps going down, 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 because that means Bill the Geek's rent goes down, down, down also. So we have a lot going on today. I have a lot of clips to share with you this week. We're going to revisit Querétaro with some more clips. I'm going to be on the road this coming week, either leaving Monday or Tuesday. I'll be gone all week. I can't tell you where I'm going because, the narcos might be waiting on me when I get there, and then they might beat me up or something, take all my computer equipment. We have the one, the only, the fabulous Char Williams in the house. Hola, Bill y todos. Yes. Yeah, welcome one and all. It's Halloween. It's the first day of November. Do you believe it? This time is just flying. Soon it's going to be Thanksgiving. And next thing we'll be saying, ho, 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 happy holidays. Also, I have a friend. His name is Michael. He's from Baltimore. And he moved to Mazatlan about 3 or 4 years ago. He was my neighbor in my apartment building, and he moved in. He was working online, and his job was let me. How do I say that? His job was he was a what do you say? When people kill them, suicide. He worked the suicide hotline for the military. So he would work from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. 5 days a week. And people from the military calling in saying, I'm going to blow myself away. That was his job. He'd have to talk them out of it. And then he met some woman from Guatemala. He married her. They live in Mazatlan. Then they had a baby. So he's from Baltimore. So he's a Baltimore Ravens fan. So when the Ravens play, me and him, we send each other messages on WhatsApp about the Ravens. So just this week, I think it was yesterday, 2 days ago, we talked about the Ravens, and his last note in his message was that he had been removed from his online job working on the suicide hotline for the military because the funding had been cut. So he's a great guy, works very hard in counseling. I think he has a master's in social work. If you know anybody that is hiring that can use his skills, please email me at bill.dallas.lewis10@gmail.com. He has a wife, a baby, living in Mazatlan. Now he has no job. Okay, let's see. Sammy in house. Bill, I was in the electrifying Centro last night. It was so joyous to see the crowd and no violence. It is such a joy to live in this great country, Sammy. I totally agree with you, girl. And that's one of the big joys of living in Mexico is just being around the wonderful people down here. And Sammy knows the store I'm talking about. It's called La Comer. La Comer. It's a fabulous grocery store. I go there almost every day. And many of the employees have become my friend. The people that work in the parking lot are my friends. They come up and shake my hand. They call me Memo. Memo, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing fine. How you? Oh, and this is all in Spanish. Meeting taxi drivers. Living in Mexico is a real joy as long as you keep your head straight with a positive attitude. And that's the same all over the world, I would think. Okay, here we go. I told my boss 3 companies were after me. Turns out it was electric, gas, and water company. That's interesting. How does that work? For more money? What, they want more money or they want to hire you for a job? JH, let us know what that means. Now I want to go to Mexico. Mexico is fabulous. I've been down here for 20 years. And also I did my first video with my new character, Dark Dawn. Dark Dawn. I did my first video. It's in the box. I might even show you guys my first video with Dark Don this morning. I'm going to say it's a political commentary. Yes, you might like Dark Don. Also, I put up going up next week. I've been doing a series. It's like 5 Mexico cities that are cheap with perfect climate year around. So I put up 3 of those videos. That's 15 cities. I put up another one. It's up now, but it won't show up until Tuesday. I'm going to put up another Querétaro video on Thursday of next week, and I'll be on the road. I'll put up the Dark Don video probably on Wednesday this week. So it's been very, very busy over here. Hola, Angela Morris, 1059. Great to see you, girl, in the house. Buenos dias, everyone. We're going to have a funky good time. For those of you that don't know, that's James Brown. Sammy, amigos, don't forget to press the like button. Yeah. And if you're new here, we do this every Saturday. I think the thumbnail said something like questions about living in Mexico. I've been down here 20 years. I've visited maybe a couple of 100 cities, many states. I know a little bit about immigration. I know a little bit about food. So ask questions. Leave a comment. If you like the content, click the subscribe button. If you want to support the channel, donate. If you're watching a rebroadcast or a recorded version, there's a donate button down in the description below, and you can always join and becoming a member by clicking the join button. Let's see what else be happening. Buenos dias, Senor Bill. Freckles Kid. Bill, have you seen a lot of altars for the dead? I don't quite understand your question. Can you please expand upon that? Godautis, how much is your rent and bills? Very good question. I did a video about that. I did a full video on that. Oh my God, it was maybe 2 months ago. My rent is about, as of today, it's about $475 a month. Add $25 a month for gas, $25 a month for utilities. That gets you up to around $550. I have free internet, but I still buy my own internet. That's like another $35. Just say that takes us up to $580. Oh, God. So I'm saying my all-around nut, that's what you would call it. What is your nut? My all-around nut is about $800 a month. That should buy pretty much all utilities and food and stuff like that. Pretty much that should cover it. If I go out and buy some cocaine, some fentanyl, well, then everything goes up exponentially. But all in all, it's about $800 to $900 a month. My grandfather was an African American. My ancestry is all over the place. Slavery, conquistadors, the local people, all were my ancestors. I hear that, my JH6392. I'm 25% Cherokee Indian, and then I got some African in me too. And what's left over is just I'm just a mutt, a person of color. Right on. Justin, we visited Morelia last weekend and hung out in Centro. It was so much fun. We also went to a soccer game and Estado Morelos was really impressive. Yeah, but Justin, you should have let me know you were in town. You should have dropped me a line, my man. You were also in Querétaro, I think, like almost same day I was there. Yes, Morelia is incredible. It's incredible. I don't see how anyone could not love Morelia. It's worth a visit. The weather is going to be great all winter. It's great all summer. It's never hot and humid. The people very friendly. And I bet, Justin, when you were here, you didn't see, I'm going to go on a far out limb here, Justin. I'm going to go out on a big limb. And I'm going to say, I bet you did not see any Americans at all. Zero. I bet you didn't see any, which is really cool because Morelia is so sophisticated. So many colleges, businesses, online companies, manufacturing, representatives, people with a lot of money. There's a lot of money. You see a lot of BMWs, Mercedes-Benz, and a lot of Chinese cars. I was walking I was walking in a parking lot this week, and I was thinking to myself, let me check out these brands of brands of cars in this parking lot. And I walked by 15 cars, and only 3 of them were from the United States, meaning Chevrolet. They have a lot of Chevys down here, not too many Fords. Occasionally, you'll see a Buick. You see a lot of Cadillacs down here, which is kind of weird. But most of the cars were Japanese. Honda, Mazda, Toyota, and a lot of Chinese cars down here, too. They got Chinese, but there's not. In Morelia, there's a lot of money down here, but there's not a lot of American cars. I'm just saying. Jim in Colorado, Jim Foster Real Estate, Ola Bill and everyone, this is our favorite way to spend a Saturday morning with you and a cup of coffee. Thank you, Jim. If you're in Colorado or anywhere on the planet and you want some property somewhere, you got to contact Jim Foster Real Estate. You will be well taken care of. Do you burn the incense for the Day of the Dead? Same as, altar people make for their dead relatives. No, I don't. I don't burn any incense. Nope, don't do it. And look who is here. Pretty boy Brian Maiden in the house. Good morning, Bill, and on the house this morning. I miss Morelia so much. The girls, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, all the girls are in the house. A couple of them are missing Brian. Sammy's in the house. Charles Williams in the house this morning. Brian Maiden, Pretty Boy Maiden was here. Seems like yesterday, must have been maybe 3 weeks ago. Got together with Brian for a couple of breakfasts, and we just sat in El Centro for like 2 or 3 hours looking at the women because we're just 2 old perverted men. We didn't touch any of them, but we was looking, and it was a good time. Welcome, Brian. David, hey, Bill, Maria and I were in El Centro last night, and we saw a lot of people in period costumes. Very cool. Right on, David. Some chick at La Comer wanted me to go into El Centro with her last night. But I tell you what, I'm a homebody. I get up 5:15 in the morning. I go to bed like 8 o'clock at night. I'm not a nighttime person. I'm adventurous, but I do all of my adventuring in the daytime when the sun is out. That's just me. The buck stops here. Buenos dias y feliz sábado. That means good day and happy Saturday in Spanish. The buck stops here. Buck stops here. I want to thank you. I tell you what, talk about a supporter of the channel. Buck stops here. He watches my videos. He always sends a review to me about what he thought about the video. And Buck, that is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for your support. What area of Morelia do you live in? Let's look at the map real quick. I live in a neighborhood. It's called Periodistas. In Mexico, wherever you live in a colony. Like in Los Angeles, you have Marina del Rey, Laguna Beach, Huntington Beach, Palos Verdes. All of those are neighborhoods in Los Angeles. But in Mexico, they have colonias. Colonios. I probably say that wrong. Somebody correct me, I'm sure. I live in the colonia of Periodistas. And that means like printers or news publications, something like. So all the streets are named like that. A street right out in front of me is called Noticia, which means notice. Okay. What street do I live on? Prensa, whatever that means. So I live from my window in the front. I can look out and I can see the cathedral in El Centro. I'm going to say that's like 4 or 5 miles from where I live. So I live on the east southern edge of Morelia in the colonia of Periodista, which is within walking distance of everything that I need. And to take a YouTube, to take a Uber to El Centro costs me like $3 one way. Bill, which is hotter, red hot, white hot, or blue hot? I would say white hot. White hot is hotter, I would think. I'm just thinking. Good question. Okay. This week, we'll be on the road. Oh, something strange. Also, if you're new here, or even if you've been here several times and you would like to do an interview, we can do it remotely. Let's see. Yeah, here you go. Yeah. And we'd like to do an interview. If you've visited different places in Mexico and you'd like to share your joys of living in Mexico, just send me an email. I'll put up the email address here in a second, and we can do the remote interview. You can share with others what you thought about Mexico. Where did you visit? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? What did you think about the cost of living? Were the people friendly? Were the people rude? What was it like? Yeah, we'd like to set up that interview. So you can email me at bill.dallas.lewis10@gmail.com so we can set that up. The more, the merrier on the interview situation. Okay, so now let's go back to comments. Here we go. If the Bill, if the temperature is minus 40 Celsius, what is the temperature? I have no clue, because I grew up in the United States and we don't do Celsius in the United States. I'm from Oak Cliff, a city annexed to Dallas, Texas, USA, back in the day. In downtown Oak Cliff, the area was mostly Mexicans and Latinos. We grew up we grew up calling our neighborhood barrio. Barrio. Thank you for that information. Okay, now let's get to some clips. I got a lot of clips here. And let's see. Let's turn this on over here. And I've got just a few more clips from my trip to Querétaro. And if you remember a couple of years ago, I didn't even try this. I called it the Q City. But now now that I've had the right information about it and read it a lot and been there, the city of Querétaro, I can say it. I don't have to call it the Q place anymore. Some Mexico cities, I just look at the name, it gives me the willies. I don't know. Took me like 5 years to say Jocotepec. It took me 7 years to say Tlaquepaque. Yeah, but I can say them now. Oh, I'm working on it. But we have some clips from Querétaro. And I tell you, if I had been in Querétaro before Morelia for a visit, I would be living in Querétaro. It was a fabulous town, and it was just good morning, cats. When is it more convenient to pay with credit card instead of cash? Okay, that's a very good question. Okay. Okay, the easy answer is if you don't have no cash, use a credit card. Okay, now, let me, okay, so today, after the broadcast, I'm going to La Comer and buy some groceries. So, La Comer is a very good, well-established community. It's a national store, high-end store. I'm going to use my plastic there. It's a trusted place, no problems. Okay. When I travel this week, when I go to the bus station, I think I'm going to use plastic to get my ticket. I probably spend 2 nights in a hotel. I'm going to use plastic for the hotel. So I go get cash out of the bank about once a month, usually for like almost $500. So if I'm going to little rinky-dink places like a little side shop here and there, get some milk or some cheese, maybe a orange juice, I'm going to pay cash because I don't want to be just using my plastic all over the place because people will steal your credit information. So, but now on the other hand, I rarely carry plastic with me because I lose things. I've lost 2 or 3 cell phones. One time I lost my wallet, but I've been here 20 years. It's going to happen, right? So I just leave my plastic at home most of the time, and I just pay everything in cash. If I'm going out, like this week when I take the trip, I'll probably have about $150 or 3,000 pesos with me, maybe 4,000. And I will carry my plastic mainly in case I have an accident, have to go to the hospital, break a leg, fracture my skull, something like that. But if I'm just going around town, generally speaking, I don't carry plastic. I just use cash. I just use cash just because I don't want to lose my plastic by accident. So that's what I do. Now, Sammy, on the other hand, I think she uses plastic a lot. Okay. The temp is -40. Great Freckles kid. That's great. I decorated my back balcony with marigold flowers, my way of integrating with the culture. And this time of years, all the stores, and in many little places on the street, they're selling marigold flowers. It's that time of year. You'll see them everywhere. Marigold flowers. Good morning, Sunny and Char. Sammy and Char. Okay, Stefan. Thank you. Very stinking cold. Yeah, freezing. Will the stores accept gold as payment in Mexico? Somebody will. All you have to do is hunt them out. Bill, I sent you an email last Saturday and sent it to the wrong email address. Please check your email when you have time. I just saw something come through on my phone, and I think it was from you. There you are. Alana Gaiman, yes, just came through. Email requests from okay, so I'll get you guys both hooked up. Brian Jordan and Elena, I'll get that hooked up after we get off here today. All right. Buenos dias, mi amigo Brian and Katz. Katz, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. 9.99. Thank you so much. This is how I pay my rent. This is how I travel, and that is greatly appreciated. Brian Jordan, woohoo, yeah. And Brian Maiden for the travel fund. Yes, this week's going to be kind of weird. I have two. Thank you Brian Maiden, thank you so much for your years of support in the travel fund. That is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brian. Okay, now let's keep moving here. This week's trip is going to be weird because I'm going to two smaller towns that are kind of close to Querétaro. So the good thing about visiting Querétaro is the bus leaves for Querétaro like every hour, starting at 6 a.m., which is very cool. I'd like to go to Leon, which I'm not going to do this week. But the first bus to Leon that I would want to take doesn't leave until like 11 o'clock in the afternoon. That's like a 4-hour trip. So I don't want to do that. So I might have to leave here like around 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So it's going to be a weird trip. It's going to be a suitcase trip, meaning I'll be taking my suitcase and all my stuff with me, computer monitors, and all. I go high tech. When I get on the road, I'm high tech. Justin, thank you, Justin, so much for contributing to the channel. God bless you guys for contributing to my travel fund. It is greatly appreciated. Okay, now. Oh yes, I got that. I sent a request for your physical address by email so that I can send you some tech and support for the right on. Okay, let me get on that. I do remember seeing that. I got to check out all of that after the broadcast. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Let me check something over on monitor 2. What's going on? Monitor 2. Okay. All right. So here we go. These are, I'm just going to show these. This is Querétaro. And it was really, this is El Centro. Justin was there, I think, just 2 weeks ago. I think, Justin, we may have been in Querétaro at the same time. You can get lost. And I think I said it last week, but Querétaro is definitely worth surely a 4-night stay. Just getting up, walking around. I think it would be a great town for a honeymoon. Go for your honeymoon. Get that hoochie coochie thing going on real good. Get out of the hotel. Go get yourself something to eat. And the town's was established, I think, in 1532. The architecture is fabulous. I'd love to live on one of those second-story apartments. But from my research, the city of Querétaro is in the state of Guanajuato. Of course, there's a city called Guanajuato. Also, Guanajuato is in the state of Guanajuato. I would prefer to live in Guanajuato, but it has so many steps, but it's a beautiful city and it's more expensive than Morelia, according to my research. And let's look at cost of living before I talk anymore. Here is Querétaro on the map. That is a 3-hour and 20-minute bus ride with one stop both ways to Querétaro, the city. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool. And here, but you can see Querétaro, well, it's really not. It's kind of close to San Miguel Allende. It's not that far from the city of León, which is the leather capital of Mexico. León also has the November International Balloon Festival, which I highly suggest if you get a chance, go to the León International Balloon Festival. It is fabulous. I've done 2 videos on it. But there is Querétaro right there. And if you want to know what the weather is like all year, and let me say, depending on who you ask, they have about 70 universities there. Population is approximately 1.5 million people. Elevation is around 6,000 feet. And you can see the weather goes down to 42 Fahrenheit in January, high of 73 in the daytime. And that is pretty much no humidity. High of 85 in May, low of 56 in May. But that's nice. That's very nice weather for me. But if you want to talk about rental properties, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, fully furnished apartments between $400 to $800 a month. $400 to $800 a month for a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, fully furnished apartment. But in El Centro, in the historic center, that's going to cost you somewhere between $650 a month to $1,100 a month to live in El Centro. I would love to live in El Centro, in Querétaro, but I'm going to have to grow my channel. Get some more contributions in so that I can afford to make that move. That would double or triple my rent. That's why I like paying my $500 a month. That's what I like. That's why I like Morelia. So what I was getting to is, I think Querétaro, from my research, Querétaro is a little more expensive than Guanajuato. Not that much, but it's about whatever you're looking for. It's going to be $50 to $75 to $100 more for that rental. Querétaro is going to be more expensive than Guanajuato, and Guanajuato is going to be more expensive than Morelia. Morelia is extremely affordable. Okay, now let's get back to some more of these beautiful clips. Oh yeah, and I'm a sucker for this. I'm a sucker. Just say it. Say you're a sucker, Bill, a loser and a sucker for this right here on one of the many plazas in Morelia. Just kick, Brian Maiden, you'd love this. Kick back, have some breakfast and some coffee, and woo, look at the women. Right on the plaza with the orange guys doing construction, and all over Querétaro are statues like these. In El Centro, they have historic statues like these. It's like every block. They have a new plaza. I went to at least 4 plazas that I can remember, all within short walking distance. Those are apartments on the 2nd floor. Yeah. Tree of Amistad. They celebrate everything. And yeah, give me one of those apartments right there. That probably cost me about $800 a month, right off of this plaza with the restaurant down there. That might even put me in the mood to get me a girlfriend or 2 living on this. I'd be living good. And these side streets on the plaza, yeah, this is what you call good living. What month is this? These shots were taken in mid-October. I'm going to say rainy. It's probably rainy season for about 5 months out of the year, but that does not mean full-time rain. That means it's going to rain for maybe a half an hour, usually at nighttime, and then it stops. Here are some more apartments I could live in up there on the 2nd floor, overlooking the plaza. Though I'm very happy where I am right now. But yeah, this looks like the real deal right here. Also, there's a lot of tech in Querétaro. Web design services, search engine optimization services. General Electric hires and employs a lot of people in manufacturing and aerospace. Aerospace is huge in Querétaro and in many parts of Mexico. There are many firms like General Electric in statue that are Mexican owned in Querétaro. So just a little bit more of this plaza here, but I'm walking out of this plaza, but directly ahead, that's a whole different plaza. You go down there, you're on your honeymoon, go there with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever you got to take with you, walk around down there, fall in love again, or just leave your girlfriend or your boyfriend at the hotel, go pick up something new, go get a different hotel. You could be double dipping. That's what, look at that. And of course, the town is big enough that they, of course, support Didi and Uber. And look at the nice, modern, shiny cars. And look at the architect cutting of the trees. Notice how the trees are perfectly shaped, like a nice shaped afro. They want their trees actually to look like afros to show their support for the African Americans around the world. Cutting, that's what they're trying to do. They want their trees to look like afros. That's only the important trees. Like there's 2 important trees. Those are the important trees. They're cutting them to look like afros for Afro-American. Yes. And they have a little plaque. right under each of those trees, it said, God bless African Americans. Tribute. That says tribute to the hairstyle of African Americans around the world. Yeah, right on Mexico, right on Mexico. They show the brothers some respect down in Mexico. And then we get to the beautiful historical. I could live on the third floor of that orange building on one of those little patios. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Shoot, I ain't living in Ohio. No, hell no. F Ohio. When I could be living here in January, it looked like this. All I got on is 2 hoodies and some socks. Looking at little college students walking around. I'd be passing out my business card to all the little college student girls, getting myself in trouble. Soon I would be going to jail. Yes. I mean, who could not? Well, I guess a lot. My question was going to be, who would not want to live in this environment year round? And somebody help me out. I have no clue. These are like some kind of dolls on the plaza. I don't know what they are. There you go. A little visitors center. Oh my God. Woo-hoo-hoo. Here we go. This is the cathedral. They have 4 major cathedrals in El Centro that I can remember. I did go into this one, but I do not have that clip loaded right now. So I can't share the inside, but it was beautiful inside. Yeah. But even if you're paying $800, $1,000 a month, that's way cheaper than Columbus, Ohio, 1 bed. They don't even have fully furnished apartments in Columbus, Ohio. They might, but you're going to pay like $2,000, $3,000 a month. Columbus, Ohio thinks it is Los Angeles when it comes to charging you, but you be living in a little West Side ghetto, won't be happy. But the sun is out, no humidity. There's a businessman right there, got on his nice white business suit. And here's another plaza. Okay. I mean, 3 plazas in 3 blocks. I can't imagine what Saturday night is like down there. I bet it's just freak of the week time. You go get your fentanyl. Okay, get your quart of Schlitz malt liquor. Hey, oh yeah, you ready to go, man? Some Schlitz malt liquor and some fentanyl. Woo, you ready to do your thing down here in Querétaro. Woo-hoo, Friday night party. Woo, oh my. Here we go. Bienvenido. Welcome to Querétaro. Yes, this is one of the joys of living in Mexico. Every town that I share with you, they always have a main plaza. And I'm going to get away from this main plaza in a second here. But look at this. Just places for people to chill out. Mexican people are very hard working and good working people. Most Mexicans work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. They don't do that Saturday and Sunday you're off thing. You know, they're only off on Sundays. Yes, only Sundays, or maybe a half day on Saturday. Okay, I think I clicked the wrong button there. So I'm going to leave that plaza alone. Okay, let's go over here. Oh, yeah. This is, I mean, don't you just pick up the vibe? You pick up the vibe. Look at that street. Look at that street. That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about good living. Get me some fried chicken, some fentanyl. I'm ready to go. I'm just ready to party. And yes, I'm a sucker for cafes, and I'm a sucker for these side streets that you can just walk around and not see a piece of paper on the ground. You don't see a cigarette butt on the ground. You don't see a Hershey bar wrapper on the ground. And I'm going to say this is around 1:30 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. Notice all of the pedestrian traffic. Oh my God. Yeah. It's just this just turns me on. I get excited. I get excited when I see that. This is the joys. Look, and all ages. There's little kids, middle-aged people, college girls. You got to love the college girls. Shops. And if you look at these images right here, I'm the oldest one walking down the street. And as Casey said of Casey and the Sunshine Band, what did Casey and the Sunshine Band said? They said, that's the way I like it. Yeah. Let me walk around here some more. Just a little bit more. Yeah. But now I won't be showing any more clips on Querétaro for just some time. Again, this is a Wednesday around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Lots of statues all over El Centro. And I was only here for like a half a day. That's why I think you need a guide. Let me say this. A friend of mine came to town. She stayed in Morelia for like 2 months. And she had an Airbnb. And she found through her Airbnb app, she found a guide. It was in the Airbnb app. And so she said, hey, I'm getting a guide. You want to go? I said, okay, for Morelia. So I met her downtown. And this guy, he was excellent. He knew all of everything about Morelia. He took us around Morelia in 4 hours. It was intense. So if they give you guides through Airbnb in Morelia, I bet they have guides like everywhere. Okay, let me write down where I stopped over here. And coming soon, I'm going to introduce my new character, Dark Dawn. Coming here during this broadcast, we're going to share with you Dark Dawn. Yes, coming very soon. Okay, now, okay. Let me, okay. I'm looking, okay, did that. Okay. Buck stops here. Querétaro is muy bonito. I had to add it to my bucket list of Mexico cities to digital nomad and absorb the positive vibes. Buck stops here. You will not regret. You will not regret. No, Sammy, Billy, I only use my American Express or MasterCard, and nobody ever stole my info. I use my credit cards, even in the smallest tienda. I've been living here for 2 years now. Very good, Sammy. But I've been here 20 years, and 2 times 2 times people copied my credit card, and all of a sudden people are traveling through London, China using my credit card. And my bank had to give me a new card. So I'm paranoid. I've been here 20 years. This happened to me twice. I've had my identity stolen 2 times from those little bullshit credit card places on the street. Or I don't even trust OXXO. I'm not giving my credit card number to Uber or Didi. Manny, Bill the Geek, that would be me. You're in the right place at the right time here with Bill the Geek going live on Saturday. Listen, Henry. Hello, Bill. Great sunshine day. Have the best day ever. Thank you. Liston and Liston lives here in Morelia. So Liston, the United States quits daylight savings time tomorrow. So for 6 months when we go live, it will be at 10 a.m. our time, Liston. We usually start at 9 a.m. during daylight savings time. But now that they're off of that, for 6 months, we will be going live at 10 a.m. Bliss be with you. Bliss be with you also. Double dipping, dangerous. Yeah, danger. You got to be sneaky. If you double dip on your lover, you got to be sneaky about being freaky. Yes, I noticed the trees and all the foliage is perfect. The landscaping is amazing. Everything, the historical buildings, the beautiful people walking around. And let me say this. Look who is here. Look who has blessed us with her presence today. Sempre Italy. I guess now she speaks Italian. Her name used to be La Dolce Vita. She changed her name. Ciao, ciao, ciao from Italy. Miss these lives and all you folks. Well, girl, great to see you in the house. God bless you in Italy. And my girlfriends have donated $10 to the $5 to the channel. They are also members. They are members. And if you want to become a member and you want to support the channel every month with a $3 to $10 subscription, Brian Maiden's a member. Thank you so much. But you can click the join button and support the channel like that. And we got IOC 3979 supporting the channel. We appreciate that donation. Querétaro is in the state of Querétaro. Thank you very much. Yeah, I missed that. I blew it. And it's kind of funny. There are many cities in Mexico. It's like Guanajuato. There's a city called Guanajuato, and it's in the state of Guanajuato. Querétaro is in the state of Querétaro. Many cities in Mexico are named after the state. It would be like if Ohio was really named Columbus. Then you'd have Columbus. San Luis Potosí is another city. San Luis Potosí is in the state of San Luis Potosí. But anyway, and is the capital of the state. I grew up in Morelia, living in the States and ready to go back to my beautiful Morelia. And IOC, you are so fortunate to have been born and grew up in Morelia. How lucky you are, and how lucky I am that you visited us this morning and decided to contribute to the channel. God bless you. Thank you so much. Bill, That is Lele. Ah, those dolls. Oh, okay. Lele, that doll's even in the walking traffic lights. It's their native doll. Thank you very much for identifying those dolls. And I told you guys I didn't know what they meant. Thank you. And I appreciate all the help that I can get. Ohio State Buckeyes football squad is undefeated so far this year. 4-0. Actually, there's 7-0 there's 7-0 overall. The Buckeyes might just go all the way again. And right now, the Buckeyes are playing Penn State. They kicked off about 6 minutes ago. And I don't care because I'm here with my family talking to them. But go Bucks, and thank you, Buck Stops here, for sharing that information with us today. A very beautiful city, Bill. Yes, Sammy, it is the bomb. Now, Sammy lives in Morelia, but Querétaro is truly the bomb. Brian Maiden, Bill, my first Airbnb in Morelia, all I can say, who let the dogs out? Okay, yeah. So Brian Maiden comes to town, and we set up a time for breakfast. Ends up, he's at an Airbnb, and he gave me the address. I looked at the address, and it was right next door, Loch Homer, pretty much. So I just walked over there so that we could get a taxi and go downtown to El Centro and have breakfast. So, Brian, what your problem was, now I know your neighborhood, his Airbnb was right next to a used car dealership. And, Brian, you couldn't see it because they have this big wall. They have this big wall on your side where your Airbnb was. But if you walk down the street and in the front, you'd see all these used BMWs, Mercedes, and they have 4 dogs in there. They leave them in there all the time, and they bark all day. And Brian had to leave that place because they not only bark all day, but they bark all night. He had to get out of there. All right. Every time I've had credit card fraud in Morelia and in Asia, it was when I used it for Uber. Never again. Cash only. And everybody listen to that tip. I'm not giving. She got ripped off in Morelia and Asia when she used Uber. Hell no, I'm not giving my credit card number to Uber. What are you, crazy? You what kind of drugs are you on? Thank you. And everybody look at that tip right there. And then you may say, oh, well, I use Uber. They've had my credit card number for like 5 years. Yeah, just wait and see. Janine, you've inspired me to visit Querétaro. Girl, you go ahead and make that visit. Go on, get you a nice Airbnb or hotel in El Centro, and for sure stay for at least 4 nights. And if you don't like it, go get the most expensive hotel, eat the most expensive foods, and keep all your receipts. And even if you spend $1,000, and you don't like it, I will refund all your money. Ha, ha, ha. And if you believe that, girl, you on the wrong kind of drugs, because if you don't like it, hey, you just out $1,000. That's the way it goes. I ain't giving you nothing back. But it sounded good when I said it the first time. But yeah, it's worth it. Dodgers are in Toronto fighting for their lives tonight. Going to be an event. I don't watch baseball. I would rather just go to the park and watch grass grow. It's cheaper and more exciting. Thank you, Stephen. Adios, amigos. No movies today. Well, adios, Axel Foley. And as always, thanks for joining us and saying hello and goodbye. Yes, sir, I got a bet on Ohio State beating Penn State today. Currently, Ohio State's favored to win by 92%. And for those of you that don't know, I'm a born and bred Buckeye. And speaking of the Buckeyes, my father was a recruiter, volunteer recruiter. What'd I do? A volunteer recruiter for Ohio State. And for you Buckeye fans, you may remember Archie Griffin. Well, my father helped recruit Archie Griffin. And here's my father right here, graduating from the Ohio State University in 1964. And there's my mother on the right, my grandmother on the left, Cornetta, and the building in the background where he's graduating from is the Ohio State is the Ohio State University Stadium. There he is, Bill Dallas Jr. That's him right there. The main man. Before there was me, there was him. But now, let's get back to number 242. I only have a few more clips to share with you here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we're just going to walk. We're going to walk a little bit more, just a little bit. This is a convent cathedral. I had a bus schedule, so there were many things that I had to skip. But just another beautiful day, chilling out. People with really big butts walking down the street. Where do you get jeans to cover that big butt like that? I want to know. Maybe I don't want to know. There she is again. That's a big butt over there. Ooh, it took thousands of tacos to build that. I'm telling you. Ooh. Yeah. And again, I don't see any people with gray hair. The only way I'm gonna see a person with gray hair here is if I get out a mirror and look at myself, or invert my phone. Okay, we have 62 people in the house. If you like the content, consider clicking the like button. And if you really like the content, click the subscribe button. Okay, we're going to a different plaza. And what you're about to see now is, this is kind of incredible what you're about to see right now. But this is I call this Plaza 4. Now, you can see the plaza is surrounded by these beautiful green trees, but here you have a globe of the moon, and it's actually moving, and it's huge, and it was beautiful. Up close, this thing was beautiful. The Mexican people are ingenious. La luna llega a Querétaro. Yes, there it is. Yeah, man, science, technology, agriculture, education, economics. Mexico got it all going on, especially in this. Oh, see the man with his baby? Very common to see men carry babies in Mexico. Men are proud to carry babies in Mexico. All over Mexico, you'll see a man carrying a baby. In the United States, I don't remember ever seeing a man carrying a baby, maybe pushing the cart, but never carrying. That's like blasphemous for a man to carry a baby. But in Mexico, I'm almost at the end of the road here for clips. This is on the way out of town. So you can see, this is right outside of town. You can see the big, beautiful, modern buildings in the background, the semi-freeway, which is somewhat unique to large cities in Mexico. Modern, and it's almost worth going to Querétaro to see the bus station. The bus station, it looks like you're in Disneyland. I mean, it is super cool. All right. And Peggy Harrington. Peggy Harrington just clicked the donate button in the description below and donated $10 to the channel. Thank you, Peggy, so much for clicking that donate button. All right, now the time has come to introduce my new. In a minute, I'm going to introduce my new character, Dark Dawn. This is a video clip. It lasts 5 minutes and 30 seconds. But first, let me go to comments and see what be happening right here. Now, I can't figure out my name here. It just changes and forth from dulce to sempre. Whatever, as Bill would say. Oh, girl, you're funny. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Brian, Pretty Boy Maiden. Thank you so much. Oh my God, you and your mom are twins. You guys are funny. Very handsome, Bill. Thank you. My mom and dad. Thanks, Bill. Keep showing your younger Bill pics. Okay. Cats, Latinas are naturally curvy. We need spandex in our denim jeans. That's right. I like them natural curves. Soulful and Bacon. Good afternoon, Bill. Another great start of my weekend with you and the crew. Welcome and glad you could make it. Daneta. Buenos dias a todos. ¿Cómo está hoy? We are all good. We're all good, girl. Now that you are here, the party can really start. Mi amigo Bill, why does all the food and beverages taste so much better than in the U.S.? That's a very good question. Hey, I can't say, but I did have breakfast with this guy named John about a month ago. He had come down to the United States from Idaho. He was looking for an apartment down here. And he was 83, getting around just fine, an inspiration to me, starting a new life. But he had been eating in restaurants for about a week, and he said that his digestive system totally improved because wherever you live in Mexico, so much of the vegetables. I went to the bazaar yesterday. It was on Friday. Yeah, they were selling chickens, but they had the live chickens right behind them. So they had the dead chickens ready to eat. And when they ran out of those, they just kill a chicken and cut it up, pull off the feathers. They got, everything's fresh. Even the pigs, the cows, the eggs, all of the fruits, the vegetables, year round stuff is fresh. It's fresh. And that's probably why it tastes so much better. But here we go. Okay, you guys, here we go. Introducing my new, you might have to adjust the sound on this. This is a 4 minute and 40, this is a 5 minute and 47. This is a 5 minute and 47 second video introducing my new political character. His name is Dark Don. Here we introducing Dark Don. You might have to adjust the volume. Here we go. Hi, I'm Dark Don, leader of the free world. I control a lot of stuff, a lot of people, a lot of big money. And they said I was old. They asked me to take a test. They wanted to know if I was losing my marbles, if I had it all here, if I was stroke ridden. So I said, I'll take any test you can throw at me. So today I thought I would share with you the questions that they gave me, and I blew this test out of the water. And I thought I'd share with you the questions. They started out with some trick questions like this. They wanted me to, they gave me a bunch of pictures, and they said, "What is this?" There you go. And I got that one right. I hit that one in a couple. It only took me about 15 seconds to figure that one. I told them it was a duck. It was a duck. I got that one right on the head. And then they started showing me hard pictures like this. So they said, "What is this?" At first I thought maybe it was a lizard. But then I searched down into my big brain. I said, "That is an elephant." I got that one right too. Did you get that one right? Were you there with me on that one? And then they showed me this one right here. At first I thought it was a German Shepherd, but I thought a little bit, then I thought it was a rat. Then I had to look in the encyclopedia, and I saw a picture, and it said I said, "That is a tiger." Tiger. I got that one right because I'm the smartest man in the world. And then they started getting to the hard stuff, the mathematical equations, like what is 10 plus 5? Now that was kind of tough because I could answer that with two hands with my fingers, but I had to take off a shoe to get an answer to that one. But once I took the shoe off and started counting, I said the answer to that is 15. And then they started throwing in lots and lots of numbers, many numbers. These numbers will blow your mind. You won't be able to answer this by yourself. Check it out. What is 100 plus 80? Even taking off all of my shoes and my gloves and counting other extremities, that was tough. I had to really think about it, do some old school math. But yeah, it took me a half an hour. How long did it take you? It only took me 30 minutes to come up with that answer. And I got it right. 180, because I'm the smartest man in the world. Then they started throwing trick questions. Here's a trick math like this, using symbolism, trying to throw me all off. I got oranges on there, and I just tried to figure out, well, what does that mean? They got something over on the left, something over on the right. What are they? What kind of? This is almost like calculus right here. Calculus. I had to use all this symbology to come up with this. But I got it right. 5 times 8 is 35. What I meant was 5 times 8 is 40. I got that one right. I got that one right too. Then they got away from all the tricky numbers and the symbolism and the pictures, and they started asking me questions. And they asked me the question, well, if you go over to your friend's house and his 12-year-old daughter is in the shower, is it okay to just walk in and open the door to the shower? And I had to think about it, but I had to look at the questions that the options. This was multiple choice, and it was yes, no, or why not? Yes, no, or why? I had to read over the questions a few more times. Yes, no, or why not? Well, anyway, I did end up passing the test. And now, before I hire anybody, they have to answer all the questions on the test. And I only hire them if they get half of the answers right. Because only people that only get half the answers right can work for me. That's my tip on how to run a good company, a good family, or a good country. This is Dark Don signing off, and I'll see you next time. There you go, folks. The first segment of Dark Don. You saw it first right here on the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. I'll be coming out with Dark Don segments regularly, especially as we get closer to the midterms. And yeah, we had 60 people watching when we started Dark Don. We went down to 55, but we're still at 56, so everybody didn't hate it. Buck Stops here. Marco in Chicago. Thank you, Marco. I know that was Shine Bomb. And thank you, Brian Maiden. So, yeah, we'll be coming out with regular segments of Dark Don. We may not show them every Saturday, but we got to make some political statements because thank you for Soulful and Vegan. Loved it and love you, Bill. Thank you so much. We're getting closer. The United States is going through a terrible time. I grew up in the 60s. Love, Dove, all that kind of stuff. And the 60s has returned. So I cannot be quiet. I must speak up. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on and things must change. So anyway, I got one more video to show from my trip headed back from Querétaro to Morelia. And you have to watch closer. This is only a 33-second clip. You're going to have to watch close here because I've never seen anything like this. But here we go. You can see this big lake here. And this is going to happen very fast. What you're going to see in the lake, I'll tell you when, is now. I should have it's on slower motion. Here we go. We got to be getting closer. Here we go. Those are all horses. Horses. There's like 40 or 50 horses drinking out of the lake. First time I had seen that. But that's one of the beauties of taking the bus and not flying, so you can see the landscape and the beauty, the mountains and the lakes and the animals, the cows, the ducks. Every once in a while you see a dinosaur. That's pretty cool. So thank you. Bravo, brilliant Billy. Thank you, Sammy. That's my girl. She lived right down the street. Thank you so much. So we'll be on the road this week. I'll be putting up that video on Wednesday. share that video. Share the video if you like it. Like get some views on that. Like to make Dark Don a popular figure. If you're new to the channel, please click the like button on the way out if you want to. And we make videos like this. We travel throughout Mexico, Pueblos Magicos, big cities, museums, art galleries. We get in and out of two of something every week, and we go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. And speak up. Let your voices be heard. Let freedom ring and run all the rats out of the White House. Get the rats out. Yeah, something like that. So that's all I got. That's all I got for today. If you'd like to donate to the channel and you're watching the replay, there's a donate button that's about 5 or 6 paragraphs below down in the description. And Buck stops here. Thank you very much. Ohio State is up 7-0 over Penn State. And I would say, Buck, this is probably the beginning of a real good ass whooping. You have a beautiful weekend too. You soulful vegan, you too, Sammy. Keep them coming, me amigo. I was wondering when you're going to say something. I got more, girl. I'm just starting. Oh yeah. So I love you all. Thank you guys so much for sharing your thoughts, for sharing your time this Saturday morning, for sharing your love with one another, for clicking that like button, clicking that subscribe button, sharing this hour and a half with us this morning. I'm Bill the Geek. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. we show video clips and talk and share information about the joys of living in Mexico. It's a fabulous life, way safer than the United States. So to all my friends in Canada, the United States, Italy, people all over the world joining us today, I just want to say adios, and I want to add hasta luego. And finally, I'm going to turn this thing off by saying que te vaya bien.